want to talk about switching career paths because most of us are going to find ourselves in a situation where we need to switch career paths. A lot of times it's because when we were choosing that major at 18 or 19 years old, we didn't really know what we wanted to do with the rest of our lives. So we graduate with this degree and then we go to pursue a completely different job. In fact, there's a statistic by the US Bureau of Labor that says that only 27% of people are in jobs that require a degree related to their major. And this is in the United States. So often, a lot of us aren't going to work in the fields that we studied. So if you find yourself in this situation, I have a couple tips to help you based on personal experience, but also based on some statistics and some experiences of people that I know. The first one is for you to capitalize on your soft skills. What I mean by soft skills are skills that are things you can use in a wide variety of industries. Hard skills are things like coding or maybe even curriculum design, but some of your soft skills are things like public speaking or your ability to work with customers. So these are things that you can leverage in a wide variety of industries. If you're not sure what your soft skills are, I highly recommend that you reach out to someone you trust. This could be a former boss, a mentor, or even a former college professor. Someone who'll be honest with you about what you're good at and what you should try to capitalize on. If you can't do that, or as another way, it's not a bad idea to check out some of these StrengthsFinder tests. I personally really like Clifton's StrengthsFinder, and if you buy the book, Now Discover Your Strengths, you can take the test for free. This really helped me know what things I'm good at and what are some of the skills that I can use in a wide variety of industries. It's also a great book. The second tip I have for you is to market yourself to the industry you want to move into. Now, I know this might sound obvious, but some people are afraid to market themselves, or they don't like this term because they think it means being dishonest. And really, it's not about being dishonest at all. It's about looking at the experience you have and how you can leverage that in the career you're looking to move into. What really inspired me when I was looking to move into a completely different industry was thinking about the really successful people who'd done this before me. People like Sheryl Sandberg. She's a huge role model of mine, and having read about her transition from finance into technology, really, she brought a whole new set of skills to her new career that she wouldn't have been able to if she hadn't had that finance background. When I was much younger, I remember reading about Iacocca. They actually made me study him in school. And with his engineering experience, but then having moved into sales, he eventually became the CEO of Ford and then of Chrysler. And he brought something to the table because of this unique skill set he had. So keep in mind that moving industries or moving careers can actually be an advantage. You can leverage things that other people don't have or a skill set that's going to be unique to you. So don't feel like there's anything unauthentic about that. Really capitalize that. Look for a company that's going to understand the skills that you bring to the table. The third tip I have for you is networking, and I want you to think about this in a couple different ways. So first, it's always great to get out there and meet new people. I highly recommend meetup.com. This is a great way to meet new people for friends and for social, but more importantly, for career development and just talking to people and finding out about what they do. But even more importantly, I highly recommend that you think about the network you already have. LinkedIn is set up to do this perfectly for you. So you can go on and find connections through your current friends and your current connections. So those secondary connections are extremely powerful. There's a statistic from the US Bureau of Labor that says 70% of people get their jobs through networking. And I want to give you a story that I think is going to illustrate this really well. I have a friend that majored in Italian, and after college, she was really looking to move into the TV industry. So she moved to San Francisco, and from there just networked with everyone she knew. She talked specifically to people she already knew, friends and relatives, and through them, she eventually landed a job at HBO. So she was right out of college and didn't have a ton of experience, but because of her networking abilities and just going out there and talking to people, someone gave her an opportunity that resulted in a great job. So I highly encourage you to think about the network you have and how they can help you. Don't be afraid to ask. I think some people are afraid that they'll be looked at as taking advantage of people, but think how flattering it would be if someone reached out to you to ask you for your advice. Start with just asking for advice and go from there. And people will offer things, especially if you're open and willing to help others. Often they're going to come back and help you as well. So those are the 3 tips I have for switching career paths. And if you want more information, I think the best book for this is Reid Hoffman's book, as he was one of the founders of LinkedIn. It's called The Startup of You, and it's the book that I read first when I was looking to switch industries. So this is a great book for you to read. It's going to talk to you not only about how to use LinkedIn better, but also just how you can think of yourself as an entrepreneur and market yourself correctly in any industry you choose to work in. If you find these tips helpful, things that are going to help you make a change in your life, or maybe just inspire you to think about what could be next for you, tune in to How to Hustle.